This is day 3 and 4 of my Extreme Mustang Makeover Challenge for 2023. The two pictures you seen up front were me putting this pad on her, which included girthing it up and just kind of throwing things like my jacket over her back, which she did not have a problem with. For some reason, my GoPro did not record me putting the pad on her, but she didn't have too big of a reaction to it. I'm okay with it falling off here as well, just because that's kind of desensitizing for her. And as you can see, she's starting to yield her hindquarters for me a little bit better and accepting my touch around her face and up her neck much better. So I wanted to show this little clip here because she is starting to kind of yield her hindquarters a lot better for me and turn up to face me, which is great. She's accepting my touch on her face much better compared to the day before. She's leaning quite a lot better. I'm completely shocked with how much she improves day by day and session by session. I'm very impressed with this horse. I'm very happy that I have her. So the next thing that we go to work on is, this is the first time I introduced my saddle pad to her. It's not a huge saddle pad, but it's a lot bigger than anything else I've thrown on her. So first I just kind of introduce her to it and let her sniff it and kind of look at it and see what it is. She's not too interested in paying much attention to it, so I just take it, I keep it folded, just kind of rub it on her. Of course she's going to be a little nervous at first, so anytime that I start rubbing this on her and she relaxes, then I'll release some pressure. So here I start opening the saddle pad up and I start rubbing it on her. She didn't have too big a reaction. I am able to just kind of toss it up on her back there. She wants to run a little bit and that's okay. I'll just let her do that. Luckily the saddle pad just kind of sits up there fairly nicely. Once she relaxes, I go up to her, I pet on her a little bit. I was hoping to remove the saddle pad since she was being still, but then she decided to move again and that's okay. I just let her continue to move until she decides to relax. She's really starting to enjoy people scratching her, which is fine. I love that. I love that I can use that as a release of pressure. So I approach her again here, and I just kind of move the saddle pad a little bit. And of course she moves, but that's okay. We'll just let her relax. And when she does relax, I just walk up to her and start petting on her. As you can see, she's becoming more and more comfortable with me touching the saddle pad and moving it around. I'm using me petting her as more of a release of pressure than me backing away from her, just because she is starting to show me that she does enjoy being scratched much more than me just walking away. And of course I'm going to start taking it on and off. When she does start moving around a lot, I yielded her hindquarters right there. Gave her some pets, start moving the saddle pad again. Just trying to get her as used to it as possible. I know that this will take a few days and that's perfectly fine, but of course this is a competition, so I just want her to get used to it as fast as she can. Here is where I really truly began introducing the saddle to her. I tried to pick the stirrups up, that way they wouldn't, well, I left them down here and then I pick them up right there. That way they're not swinging around too much when I decide to kind of push it up on top of her. But first I just approach her with it very calmly. She handles it really well. I just kind of rub her with the end of the saddle. She handles it well, so I back away a little bit and then I approach again. I start trying to lift it up high as if I'm going to put it on, but I never actually do. I just kind of sit it on the top of her back. That way she feels a little bit of pressure, but she doesn't quite feel it on both sides. Of course, she does have a few reactions here, and that's perfectly fine. I just let her have those reactions, and then when she calms down, then we'll go right back to it. I also want to reiterate that everything you do on one side, you should do on the other. And I am doing that, but it's off camera, just because if I added all that in here, this would be terribly long videos. So I believe that this is the next day. I've got her lead line on, and I've just got the saddle sitting in the middle of the round pen. We've done a lot of touching and grooming throughout the day, and I think this is probably my second session this day, but I forgot to record my first. I'm starting to just add some pressure, trying to get her to back up. She's handling this really well. I cannot remember if I did this on the day before this one, but I think I did, because she is doing phenomenal right here. As you can see, this is the next day that I am introducing the saddle pad again. She reacts much better today than she did yesterday, which is amazing to me. She handles it really well. I do this same thing that I did yesterday with the saddle pad, and I'll do the same thing I did yesterday with the saddle. Just getting her as used to these things as possible before I start cinching her up and making her wear these things.